This chart, there are so many emotions that go through our minds when we're in a trade. You know, we should be selling when we should be buying, we should buy when we should be selling. But we're going to build a bot today, you and I. And this bot is going to help us trade. It's going to help increase our profits because it's going to make orders more responsible and it's going to actually take profit. And let me tell you this, if you don't know how to code, that's totally fine. I didn't know how to code either. I'm a regular guy that was scared of learning to code because it looked hard, but someone told me that I could double my profits in trading with removing the emotions. So I was like, yeah, duh, I'm gonna learn this. And I learned it. And it turns out to be easier than like second grade English. If you know English now, you can code and it's super simple. Like my nephews are learning how to code and all that good stuff. So it's super simple to do. And you know, worst case scenario, you go through this video, you actually watch the whole thing instead of jumping to some stupid video that wastes your time on TikTok or something. And worst case scenario is you learn how to code and you can get a job at Google, Facebook, Apple, and get paid $100, $150, $200,000 a year. So there's not much downside, because best case scenario is you have a robot that trades for you 24/7 without emotion, right? So I really, really recommend, whether you know how to code now or you don't, just stick around, watch this short video, and you will be on your way to best case scenario, having a robot that trades for you 24/7, 365. Worst case scenario, on your way to working at Google for $150,000 a year. So that's crazy, right? So I'm giving all this information for free because I felt like it was super duper hard to learn how to algo trade online. And it makes sense because algo traders are super secretive. And I don't want to be secretive. I've learned everything online, so I'm teaching everything. So if you appreciate that transparency, go ahead and hit the like button. Let's jump back into this open order. I don't know what part this is, but we've had a couple parts to this video, and there's a playlist below. Just stick around either way and watch this and then watch the other ones later. We just finished our order. So essentially what this bot is doing is, it's like, if we want to buy now, it will actually put the orders in lower. And then it will sell when we told it to sell, when we open the order though. So it removes all emotion, meaning it will actually take our stop loss. You know, it will put in a stop loss at, say, 10% or whatever we chose. At the top here, we said, hey, we want to have a profit target of 10% and a max drawdown, max loss of 9%. You can change these up really easily. That's why I'm making these videos, so you can kind of do whatever you want with it. But let's go ahead and get back into this code and let's finish it up. I think we can finish here in this video, but if it does drop off, there's a playlist that will have the rest of them. There's a link for that below. And then if you really, 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 really want to become a great algo trader, like I said, nobody shares this stuff. So it's going to be really, really hard for you to become an algo trader, but I'm probably the only person on the internet that will actually share this stuff. So I'm going to change this to 15 seconds and change this to 15 seconds. And then we want to get our open positions. So open positions equals get positions. And then 0. And I think that should work. And then we want to make that the absolute value. So we turn that into ABS and then open positions, just like that. And then we want to say while open position size, open position is smaller than size, because that means we haven't filled our position yet. Print F starting loop of checking if is filled. And then we want to say sleeping 15 to fill. And then we want to tell ourselves how much it's filled. So open position versus position size. This will just be good for us to know, right? While we're coding, or while we're actually making the buys or the sells, because this can long and short. So dependent on what we input, it's gonna long and short, or long or short, not and. But then we want to say P&L close, n dot. Actually, I have that up here. So it's gonna check to see if we need to do our P&L close, meaning checking to see if we, let's go ahead, we hit our profit target or not. So let's go ahead and put that in right there, just like that. And then what else do we need? So we checked our P&L close, and then I'm gonna say print sleeping 15 seconds more, because just checked P&L. Let's put time dot sleep 15. And then we want to go ahead and we want to get our open positions again, just to see if it's changed, because we just slept 30 seconds, checked our P&L close, and we're just going to keep looping this pretty much. A while loop is going to allow us to loop it until the size is full. And then I think we're almost done here. So say print F, all right, done. We made opening, order, and filled. Filled it, then closed it with P&L close. Check the results. So there we go. We just built this bot that will go ahead and essentially, let me just explain it one more time. Essentially what it's gonna do is, hey, if we wanna buy right now, which I think I do, it's gonna put the order in 0.1% lower. And you can change this. It could be 0.2%, it could be 0.3%. And it will put the order in 0.1% lower. And then, again, you can change this, but it will take profit. It will close the order when it gets 10% higher. When not 10% higher, but when we make 10%. So I'm using 15x leverage. So this is 0.8%. So that's about 10% in gains. But if we lose 9%, then it closes out the position. So let me just run this and show you how it works, because now we have all this code to help us trade a little bit more responsibly. If you check out my other videos, you know that I'm a big believer in having the algorithms do everything for you. But I know, even for me, like sometimes I see something like this and I'm like, oh, I need to get in it. So if you ever have that itch, this is at least a way to algorithmically hand trade, right? So watch this. I'm gonna hit play and let's see if it works. Starting open order. Okay, that shouldn't have triggered. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. I don't need that. I don't need that print statement there. That just spooked me. Okay, now it should work even better. So this bot pretty much says, hey, do you want to buy or sell? Let's look at the chart. I don't know. I mean, personally, I think we buy. I think it's going to go back up to the SMA. We're on the 15-minute chart here. But then again, you know, I don't know things. So what I'm going to do here is let's go ahead and put buy. But I want you to be able to see this screen and see the bot actually work. So I'm gonna make this screen a little bit smaller and you can see both screens, right? Like you can respond to me right now. Okay, let's go ahead and put buy. This is the bid, this is ask, cancel it. Look, it put the new order in and it put it right under there. Look how it put the order in. The order is a dotted line. So I would have just bought right there if I did it by hand, but the bot goes and puts the order in at that price. And then it sits and waits for 15 seconds. You can see sleeping 15 minutes to 15 seconds to see if it fills. And it actually just filled like that. So this is great that we're getting an example here. So you can see I have an open order and now it's checking. It just checked the P&L close. So it's just gonna wait. sleeping 15 seconds more because we checked the P&L and we're not hitting our close yet. So there's a little bug, it looks like, actually. All right, done. Making the order, filled, and P&L close. So we're almost there. We just have to make a couple adjustments. So I'm gonna make these adjustments, and yeah, I'm gonna keep this order open. But if you want to see the results and the adjustments, I have all this code in my bootcamp, so just go ahead and join the bootcamp. There's a link for that below. I'm gonna go ahead and make a couple adjustments to make sure this works perfectly. It looks like it enters perfectly, but it doesn't quite exit perfectly. So it might not exit me correctly, but I'm gonna make these adjustments in this next part. But if you want to just see the straight up code and all that good stuff, join the bootcamp. If you want to become a really, really great algo trader, also join the bootcamp. There's a link below. And if you want to see the next part of this video, I'll make sure there's a link also below for the playlist so you can see the next part of this video. And I'll try to put it on the screen right about now so you can just click on that next part of the video, and I'll see you there.